Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
Men will really be 34 years old, and on their Hinge profile, it says, figuring out my dating goals. Like, what more do you have to figure out? Transportation to the geriatric ward or like a Roth IRA? You're fucking 30.
And so are you. That never bothered you before. You weren't interested in figuring stuff out either when you were in your 20s. I'm not saying it's his turn now, but I'm also pretty sure he figured out what he wants and hookups it is.
Something that lives rent free in my head is when this old man came into the diner I used to work at, ordered a bowl of chili, and told me that men get married for two reasons. One, because they love you, or two, because they get away with not loving you. So I bring him this chili and I'm like, what did you mean by that? He's like, well, the man either genuinely loves you and believes that you're the love of his life, or you let him get away with, like, if he cheated, he knows that he could get you back over and over again. If he treats you however he wants to treat you, speaks ill of your name, yells at you, screams in your face, tells you you're ugly, blah, 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 then he feeds off of that and he gets away with not loving you. And then he went to leave and he was like, so do you think your boyfriend, I had a boyfriend at the time, and he was like, which one do you think your boyfriend would marry you for? And that will live rent free in my head for the rest of my life. Rest in peace to that sweet old man.
Friend of yours or just assuming he passed away? Cause I assume that was a nice story to share with the waitress. I guess I'm the crazy person who just goes in, then just orders, then just eats, then just pays the bill, and then just leaves.
I have a question. What do you guys think's gonna happen when every single person on TikTok no longer has an outlet? Because I have a guess. Have you ever seen somebody take an iPad away from an iPad baby? If you haven't, let me demonstrate. Oh wow, so cool, so pretty. Ah! Okay, so that's essentially what happens when you take an iPad away from a baby. And if we're just a generation of iPad babies, i.e. TikTok babies, what the do you think is gonna happen when they take it away from us?
I don't know, but I would hope you all grow up and start acting like adults. Wishful thinking, I know. That's why I believe only two things can happen. One, TikTok will not be banned. I know they said it will, but I don't think so. Or two, VPN provider sales are gonna go through the roof. Unless they find a way to stop it even when using a VPN, which I also don't think is gonna happen.
Most women working in the trades are not on the job site for someone's man. We're there for that money. And I don't think I've ever looked up from my work over at Bubba. His butt crack slowly disappearing as he stands up, the wind sweeping through his greasy Great Clips mullet and simultaneously blowing the crumbs off of his natty light beer belly, and thought, gotta give me some of that. However, most of us have given massive amounts of advice to our male crewmates on how to stop being stupid and start treating their wives and girlfriends better. So there's that.
Alright, normally I would say leave Baba alone, he works hard, but instead let me read the comments she was responding to. And you'll flirt and have affairs with the men on site. Do women-ish instead, work in an office. Yeah, cause no one ever heard of banging your boss in his office ever in the history of ever.
Put a finger down if you've been talking to a guy for a couple days and you've been on a couple dates with him and this is your third date with him and you decide to have a night in together. So you're having pizza, watching movies, drinking wine, snuggling, laughing, expressing your feelings towards each other. You then go to bed. And while you're laying in bed with him, you're laying on his chest and he's texting another girl, and this girl has heart emojis next to her name, and he's texting her right in front of you. So you, of course, ask, hey, who's that? He tells you that it is his friend's girlfriend. Confused why her name would have hearts next to it if it's a friend's girlfriend, but okay, I don't know your friendships, whatever. She's asking him to come pick her up. She is drunk at a bar, she can't drive, she's throwing up, and she's constantly FaceTiming him, constantly asking him to come pick her up. I ask him, why can't the boyfriend just go pick her up? Why is she contacting you? He tells you that her boyfriend is in Orlando. Okay. So he keeps telling you that he's not going to take her, and then you start to fall asleep, and he decides that he is going to take her.
4 minutes 24 seconds. Shout out to her for at least holding her hand up for that long. But just in case you're wondering, it was as painful to watch as I imagine watching Rings of Power would be. I knew I should have stopped listening as soon as she said a couple of days, in which they had a couple of dates, and on the third day they were expressing their feelings to each other. But I guess I like stories that are rooted in fantasy.
If you ever need a sign not to cry over a boy, just know that someone just crashed into the back of me and I had to then get out the car and reassure that person that I wasn't crying because they'd crashed into me and was in fact already crying because a boy had upset me, which at the ripe old age of 26.
You should cry about the crash instead. I fail to see the point. But at least you now have a new story to share with your therapist.
You guys are taking it too far. Cut the cameras. Who started the "we listen but we don't judge" challenge? I need to give you guys a public service announcement, okay? That trend, if you're gonna post it on the internet, let it be for happy couples. Let it be for the strong marriages. Some of y'all need to sit this one out. I have seen a man say, when I go to bed, when I go to sleep at night, sometimes I dream about other women. And then I wake up and I kiss you right on the mouth. Then he doubled down. He doubled down and he said, and that's okay, because at least I'm honest. Another guy said, sometimes when I know the kids are acting up, I act like I'm doing something so I don't have to help you. I'm just going to say this. Honesty is not always the best policy. Please lie. I don't even condone lying. Please lie. I want to know how many couples are getting divorced after this trend.
I'm gonna go with none. Who started the trend? Women of TikTok dragging their husbands in front of the camera telling them what to say. In every single video from that trend, none of the women share the terrible things they are doing. And not because of the let's make our men look bad on camera, but because women can do no wrong, of course.
I have a theory that if you're posting your partner excessively on social media with paragraphs and "you're my soulmate" and "you're amazing" excessively, I want to state excessively, that you're actually miserable in that relationship. A few reasons. One, because I've been there. Two, because who are you trying to prove it to? Because you can just tell them that. And there's no problem with posting your partner on social media. That's not what I'm saying, and I do that too. But it's the excessive, multiple posts every week, multiple paragraphs. It's too much, and I think it's a cry for help.
Well, I'm no expert on posting on social media like you are, but could it be that you are monetizing your boyfriend, husband, or whatever? In your expert opinion, all people that do couple content are crying for help? Because if yes, let me not come to you for advice.
No, because let me tell you right now, and let me say it with
No, because when you start with no, because I don't need to listen to a word you say.
You know, you just don't know what to believe anymore.
Do you believe in Satan?
My cousin calls his wife Satan.
Do you follow Satan?
Yeah, I follow her on TikTok.
Yeah, I do that too, and that's weird because I've never met your cousin's wife. And call me crazy, but I've never seen Satan and my ex-wife in the same room together. Coincidence? I don't think so. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.